Firefly or whatever doing holding half damage to creeps.
There are worse Bat Riders. Worse, sorry, junglers.
Like Storm Spirit.
Yeah.
No, Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit jungle's okay.
It's okay. It's alright.
I'm trying to think of worse junglers. What's the worst jungler? I think Doom. Well, Doom is okay.
It's alright.
Depends what stacks you get, and if you get like a wild, like you can stack Tornado or something.
I mean, most offlane Bat Riders are in fact jungle Bat Riders.
Yeah. They get like they at least get level 2, often level 3 though from the offlane, and then have stacks waiting for them though.
People are telling me it's Jinzak the Bat Rider.
Jinzak. Okay. That I would never have known that.
With an apostrophe and 2 Ks, by the way.
Okay, that's the importance of. That's what I needed to know. We'll see a smoke come out. Sentry Ward gets plopped down, silent, out of range there, but that does block the camp, so it's not a wasted Sentry Ward by any means. And PPD going to block some more camps. Ooh, almost gets a Nightmare off.
30 seconds to battle.
Nightmare off would not have. I don't think it would have been a kill because I don't have the follow-up stun, and he could have just walked out of range.
They don't need a stun. They have a slow from Grave Chill and Time Walk. That's enough.
But he could have like just skeleton walked out of the sentry range, I guess. And
oh yeah, do they have another sentry though?
No more sentries.
Okay, if they don't have another sentry, then no.
It's a good sentry regardless. Just block these camps. What's Bat Rider? Is this a laning Bat Rider or what? He's got sentries to de-ward his camp, and
the battle begins.
Guess that'll work.
It's a jungle bat.
Yeah,
it has to be.
The one cool thing you can do on Jungle Bat is you can kill this big camp by just positioning yourself on this little hill here. Yeah, he's gonna Firefly up, de-ward the hill, and
easy.
He can just stay. You can like stay on this cliff, and you can basically cliff jungle as Bat Rider. Oh, he misses the second de-ward. That's painful. He knows roughly where it is too. He's like, I missed it, boys. We lost.
Odds for this match are 28-72. I would probably bump it a little bit more in favor of EG because they've been looking like really solid. And Empire, they have their wins now and then, but overall their strategy and execution has been very lacking.
Well, we'll see. Gang in the offlane, just getting constantly harassed by PPD. Has the Stout Shield to start things off, which is going to help. Which means that he can go for that Anchor Smash level 1 and still have the somewhat reliable damage block.
Tidehunter has 310 base move speed? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's half the reason he's so good in the offlane, I feel. Like nowadays. He's got high movement speed, super tanky. You can go for that Kraken plus Anchor Smash build where he's just unkillable.
Yeah, that's actually ridiculous.
Alright, always want to fly. Gonna start his jungle now. Just Firefly to try bring down some centaurs. This is get good luck with that kind of thing here. He's stacking his big camp for the most part.
Good luck with that base damage. Oh goodness.
This is a sad jungle.
Bat Rider's just sometimes really sad nowadays.
He did 400 damage to this centaur.
Easy.
He doesn't have a pull camp.
Not easy.
He de-wards it, alright. 4 sentry wards have been purchased. He blocked his own camp? Did he block his own camp? I don't know if he de-warded this entire... Actually, I think he just didn't de-ward it before the 1 minute mark, so I think it will be spawning soon, but... He misses it. He misses the stack on the big camp. Instead, he's going to stack the medium camp. Please no mud golems. He says, please no mud golems. And unfortunately, he gets mud golems.
Oh boy, that's when you take a sigh, and RNG is not in your favor. Universe on the offlane rather, has a Pro-Man shield. Kind of deal with silent. It is a lot of physical damage coming his way with searing arrows. 30 bonus damage level 1 that did recently get buffed, and advanced score. That's just 2 right clicks.
Yeah, it did a lot of damage though, even with the Pro-Man shield.
Mag and PPD are going at it constantly.
These guys are just best buds down here.
Well, I think PPD does a fantastic job of zoning out, much better than actually a lot of other supports. And Zai, in the meantime, is farming. This is what they typically do, though. First, they ensure that the offlane is just nowhere around, so they get as minimum as possible. And on top of this, they have an observer ward here, too. And Mag, just stacking up Ancients, they do not have the Tinker on their team, so they have to actually be pretty careful that they take that out in a reasonable amount of time, or Tinker might just steal it themselves.
Always on a fly, finally gets his level 2. This has been a very dismal Bat Rider jungling experience, and I don't know if he can really kill this that easily. He's going to stack a lot of napalms, but he's so low on HP, he's going to be careful not to take too much damage from this. Some unfortunate Bat Rider experiences in the jungle before. But looks like he's not even. If he goes for these other centaurs, he would have died. So he just takes the big camp on its own.
He's not going to have men to stack it up. These napalm stacks are going to fall off pretty soon.
He's not even going to kill it in time. The napalm's not enough.
It's okay. At least he killed the satyr.
Yeah, he can restack now as well. So he'll get another. He'll get another
He
stack.
can double stack.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't believe in always want to fly right now.
I believe in always want to fly. You can do it, buddy. He has a bottle coming.
Yeah.
Come on, double stack, dude. Double stack. Yeah, he's doing it, and then die.
Very close, I'll tell you that.
See, he did it. Okay.
Alright. Always want to fly. I'm sorry for doubting you, my friend.
Renewed faith and a regeneration
He
rune.
gets rewarded for his double stacking abilities. Resolution is like, yeah, I'll take that, buddy.
Should have swapped bottles.
Oh man, that ain't cool. You get like cooties or something. I'm not sure. I wouldn't share bottles with you, Ben.
Wow, that's some hate. So, always want to fight. Is he going to stack it up one more time? Nope, looks like he's just going to take it out right now. Let's just watch him, because that seems like the most interesting thing that's going on right now.
Yeah, both running safe lane tri-lanes versus your offlaners. Arteezy's been, I think, stacking a little bit of his neutrals, but yeah, always want to fly. Decent jungle pattern so far. He's had a bit of bad luck and Batrider level 1, getting your level 2 in the jungle is really the hard part. 9 napalm stacks just to kill that off.
That damage nerf is significant though. Oh, let's see if he gets another stack. See, look at that stacking. Oh, okay, never mind. Don't look at that miss stacking.
Yeah.
Okay, in terms of offlaner, let's see. Faceless Void, 11 last hits. Tidehunter, 1. Easily 1 last hit, and he's only level 3. Jeez. Some Faceless Void's almost level 6, so PPD, he may have committed all of his efforts to doing so, but it is damn worth it.
Yeah, PPD still got like 6 CS, he's doing okay. He's doing as well as Jakira's doing, really. Jakira has no boots, PPD also has no boots. Okay.
Vance goes owning the tower though, with that level 2 liquid fire.
Yeah, that's...
I think this tower's dead actually, unless someone moves up there right now.
Like you've given the Faceless Void a lot of experience, but you've got a tower potentially off this. PPD going to rotate in. Even if he just gets a deny on this tower, his TP well worth it, and we'll see more liquid fire coming out. No deny. Ice Path's going to be a bit too late here. They don't get the last hit, but they make sure there's no deny. Well, I don't know if they make sure, but hey, that's what happens. Always want to fly. He's going to go steal the jungle. This is a big play.
It is.
They have vision of this
do
too.
It without dying.
Oh, this is so good. Wow, what a player. Always want to fly.
This is really big. Uh-oh. Okay.
That's right, that's his teammate. For a second I didn't think that was his teammate. that observer ward actually really paying off here. Meanwhile, Visage gets our first blood on the Tidehunter in bottom lane. Well, it's possibly our first blood of TI, so apologies there, viewers. Always want to fly was too busy being a boss in the jungle. It's alright, he's not going to get caught out because he's stuck. So Meanwhile gets brought down. Resolution rotates him with the Acer and brings him down. So I'd say Empire off to a pretty good start. Now that his Batrider's just done what he just did.
Look at this gold graph after first blood.
He's pinging, he's getting pinged, always with a fly. Oh, he's got another Firefly though. You see him, brain sap, not enough damage, Rocket.
Wow, Rocket missed? They didn't have vision?
Didn't have vision. And now Arteezy's gonna go down, he's got no TP, Resolution! Can he do it? Nightmare wearing off in 1-0. He's too far.
He also doesn't have a hit.
He's got 100 damage, turn and fight, Resolution, turn and fight! Be a man! He wants Zai maybe, Zai's got that 0 base armor. He's gonna go down, Resolution, almost gets Zai, needed one more right click for that kill. 5 EG heroes coming in for that one though, space created, says Resolution. Also, always want to fly here, he's almost level 6! This jungle Batrider!
Thank you for the stacks.
Damn.
EG too predictable?
Maybe. You know Arteezy's gonna stack that jungle, so he timed that smoke in the enemy jungle perfectly.
Wow, that was brilliant. And on top of that, they have this one that they can work with. They kind of need Resolution there to take it out, though.
You can do it with always one. I mean, it's just more to protect always one.
He could smoke it again.
I don't know if they know about it because they actually had the observer ward for that initial camp, but still. Who knows? You take a chance. You make your own magic happen, and we'll see. Always want to fly. Come on through. He missed the stack just barely. Tried to get that extra sack off, and
we have faith in you, dude. And now he's not even going to be able to kill this camp. Oh no!
At least he got the big camp stack. Like he got the second big camp,
but he can't kill it. He's gonna have to wait until 9 minutes.
Seconds, you know.
Give me this
That's gonna
regeneration,
be
buddy.
Almost his blink dagger. Mid lane, PPD, having a bit of a rough time here. So where's... Tinker's gone top. I guess deciding this is maybe a safer place to farm, and Universe is towards mid, has Chronosphere available, so possibly looking to get some kills off of this Chronosphere.
So Arteezy's farm is actually really lackluster. He is number 5 in terms of CS, 22, just 2 more than the Offlane Faces Void. He was really counting on those stacks to get an early BOTs, and Empire have delayed it by a good 3 minutes, I'd say, with that.
Alright, well,
Smoke coming out from Universal PPD, Faces Void, 3-1-2 build, Chronosphere is up, but he doesn't have that much damage. Can they get a kill? Don't think so. No one's around.
no one's around. They'd love to kill this Clinks. Clinks is farming just a bit too well for EG's liking, it seems. And, well, seems Silent gonna... Skeleton walk his way towards his top lane as, EG somewhat ready for this with 2-0 smoked up behind Universe. Oh, they dropped the Sentry Ward, it's just out of range. Dust onto Silent, Silent's being spotted, but in comes Zai, a couple searing arrows. Zai's gonna get very close to being brought down. Silent into the Chronosphere, great placement. His supports can even attack during it. The Dust is not... Oh, it's gonna last long enough. Universe gets the last hit.
Radiant's
Yeah.
middle tower is under attack.
I think a lot of Voids may have panicked there and just chronoed both of them, but well played. And Silent, he did actually lose a lot of gold there. Surprised he didn't buy during the Chronosphere and work on his Orchid. So, always want to fly? He has his Blink Dagger after this.
Under attack. Radiant's middle tower
There's your tower gold, there's your Blink Dagger. You can also pick up a smoke with it shortly as well, so...
Look at Arteezy, he picked up a Soul Ring too. He is 1700 gold away from his BOTs. There are no Ancient stacks for him to work with. There are no more neutral stacks for him to work with either.
Normally you're looking at, I'd say like 11 to 12 minute boots of travel.
I'd say like 8 or 9 actually.
Well, with the Soul Ring, maybe with Soul Ring.
With Soul Ring and Bottle, yeah, 8 or 9.
You get your Blink,
Or
like
10.
normally you want Blink before 15 minutes, and that's probably not happening this game.
It's not a reality. Goldgraph 2500 in favor of Empire. 2 T1s already down thanks to Vanscore and his level 3 Liquid Fire. Mason, however, is doing extremely well. Number 2 in terms of CS, probably number 1 in terms of actually number 1 in terms of net worth, even with 2 towers down and 1 death for Silent.
Well, here come the Empire, down towards the bottom lane. They want to pick up here on Mason. They've got the Blink Lasso available, and Mason going to get jumped by it. There was even an Invis Rune always going to apply. They need to try and burst him down before the time lapse. There's no mana for a time lapse as well.
Whoa.
Ravage even being used.
Whoa.
They wanted to make sure there was no time lapse. Like, it wasn't needed, but I can understand. Hey, Mag, like, if they don't get that kill and Mag gets blamed for not using Ravage, then it would definitely be a bad morale in the Empire camp.
And always want to fly still
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
creeping the enemy jungle. He's just been all up in there. Arteezy able to take out a couple ancient camps, so 1250 gold to his name, catching back up quite nicely despite the creep jet.
Alright, so a lot's going to be resting on Arteezy's shoulders this game. Being the Tinker of they've still got a 3-core lineup, Tinker, Void, and Weaver. Weaver's getting a lot of farm on the carry roll. He's just a bit behind the Clinks. Faceless Void is going to be more like that utility Void. May go for like a Mask of Madness, Aghanim Scepter type build, and see him at top lane ready for a Chronosphere, waiting maybe for the Weaver to come into attack range before he goes for this Chronosphere though. And here we go. Universe, great placement of the Chronosphere. Silent's got no death pact as well. They need to bring him down in time, and it looks like Silent will not be brought down. Needed another like time lock perhaps in that Chronosphere to get that kill. Damage. And he gets a death pack off, so Clinks will be back to full HP as soon as his death pack wears off. He'll have 700-ish HP and be just fine to keep on farming.
Mag's catching up quite nicely too. He's been able to do the ancient stack that was stacked up I think 3 times, and he's literally taking no damage with Kraken Chill and Anchor Smash, both at level 3. Well, not level 4.
Alright, so small worries for EG. They've gone for Medallion first on Zai on the Visage, but being on the Radiant side means they don't really have access to Roshan, nor do they have a particularly good Roshan lineup for the time being.
And Resolution has his mech completed too. So let the 5-man begin. Actually, not versus Tinker. Tinker's BOTs are up in just 13 gold, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So right about to happen.
Okay, so 13 minutes. Boots of travel soaring, maybe a little slower than normal. But the Blink Dagger is what's going to be able to help keep him alive. At the same time, if you're trying to blink in the trees to hide, there's Plasma Field, there's Batrunner to Firefly over. Blink Daggers on Tide. Ice Path can be thrown across trees as well, so there is stuff to catch a Tinker out if he's trying to split push or hide in trees.
Nicely placed Observer Ward, but not as nice as a Sentry Ward. Vanscore will take it down. They are smoked behind him. And
Arteezy in trouble. He's trying to juke around the trees. Will be okay here. Silent. Unable to latch on. Also gets dusted up now. He's on the run. Universe shows up. No Chronosphere available. Won't be needed though.
that
Dire's
was
top tower is under
risky.
attack.
Ambitious, yeah.
Maybe if he had
Radiant's
Orchid,
bottom tower is
he
under
hasn't
attack.
completed. Or he hasn't fought. I don't know why he didn't just grab it and then use it, and then go for the kill and trade his life at least.
Does create some room for them to get the bottom
Radiant's
tier 1
bottom
tower,
has
but
fallen.
not sure if we can call that space created. That was just a straight up
Dire's
unnecessary
middle tower
feed,
is
I would
under
say.
attack.
Yes.
Space created would be just a euphemism there for feeding.
As it usually is.
Yeah.
Tidehunter, Blink Dagger, 14 minutes time. Pretty darn good considering he has Arcane Boots. Let's see, Weaver is going for Hand of Midas into a Lincoln Sphere. Lincoln Sphere very good versus the Clinks with the Orchid, Bat Rider with a Lasso. And yeah, actually only one thing other than that can pop it, which
Bottom
is
lane, looks like they tried to go in an Arteezy, got down low but not low enough. Lasso is available still from Always Wanna Fly.
Dire's
Looks
top
like he may
tower
be swinging
is
towards
under
the mid
attack.
lane where Zai is getting some farm here. Just gonna let his familiars finish off the job though and not put himself in harm's way. So your Orchid Clinks would love to do some Weaver hunting pre-Lincoln Sphere, and the Lincolns is actually not that close for Mason. He's farming well, but it's still only 15 minutes in this game, so he's still at least another like 4 or 5 minutes of farming away from it, I'd
He's
say.
real squishy, the Weaver. 872 HP.
Yep.
More HP than the Faceless Void though. Does he have his Mask of Madness? That's pretty good farm for Universe.
Yeah, for an especially for an offlaner. He can solo kill or just get kills a lot easier now. This is such a cost-effective damage item. It's now making his way towards his top lane, but Empire have numbers there. They're getting Always Wanna Fly gets scattered by the familiars. He immediately blinks backwards.
Great anticipation by Zai.
Yep.
He's actually very farmed too. He has a medallion and a point booster. Much
Farm
more
Visage
farm
can
than
do a
the
lot.
Bane. Yeah.
That sneaky Observer Ward from Jakiro. He just walked around these trees, planted the Observer Ward across, and I don't think he even got spotted.
Oh, that's a cool ward. Never seen that before. Best place from that angle.
A lot of planting wards isn't
Radiant's
about where
top
you,
tower is
where you
under
put them, but
attack.
also how you plant them. Like, if you're not getting spotted, planting wards is big, because then you don't get dewarded, and also not putting yourself in harm's way is big. And I feel like he put himself in harm's way there and also risked being spotted, but somehow he got that.
Silent on the back line looking for Orchid Initiate,
good
probably
vision
on the back of Ravage.
The Blink Ravage is available. They'd love to go in, but Tinker is spamming them down a little bit here. Mason, also on the side here, is going to swing towards mid lane where Silent is with his Orchid. So they see the Orchid. They're not going to be caught by surprise by any sort of Orchid ganks.
And EG just trying to out farm the other team right now, just getting Tinker nice and big and fat.
Tinker is possibly in a slightly vulnerable position. He's getting close to that Blink Dagger, so slightly slower than normal Blink Dagger. He may get caught out here. Flame Break on it. Oh, half a second too late. Very close. Was Always Wanna Fly. Thought he had him there, but the vision just not in place soon enough to actually get the cancel off.
And again, looks to be, this is generally how Tinker games go. You just wait. Especially once he gets his Blink Dagger, it's extremely difficult to kill a Tinker.
Yep.
And Clinks, to be honest, is not that great of a Tinker killer because he can just get Ghost Scepter, and then unless he gets Refusal, which only a few Clinks players do, he's just runs away scot-free.
Yeah, well, it's another Tinker game, much like we saw Ferrari last game play Tinker from ahead. This time around we'll have a Tinker from behind game from Arteezy, so we'll see how he differs his play based on that. Has got himself close to that Blink Dagger, and I don't imagine we'll see him coming to fights too much. He'll probably just be looking to farm, split push, and push out lanes as much as possible. And you can see him here just trying to be elusive in the trees, spam out this wave from behind, and then TP himself home back to safety.
Let's see, Silent is still hunting, but he actually has not participated in any kills yet this game, aside from that one super botched attempt.
Mason just farming the enemy jungle at the moment. He's doing whatever he can to farm where he feels it's safe. Meanwhile, Mag, he's been caught in the Chronosphere. Universe looking for the kill here. Gets all the silence actually on the PPD. PPD's going to go down to the Orchid though. And Silent going to turn around, look for Universe. Won't get hit by the Ice Path though.
That's actually absurd that a Faceless Void can kill a Tidehunter with 3 points in Kraken Shell from full to 0. Actually, did he use Brain Step on him?
I think the Brain Step was cancelled by the Orchid actually.
Yeah, I don't. So that how absurd is that?
Was he full HP at the start?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
He blinked in. I don't think he got his English smash off.
I don't know how this is going to work, Silent. Roshan's doing a bit too much damage to you.
Death Pact.
Yeah.
Bash. Oh.
Always want to fly. If he tanks it for him, you're fine. I guess you're fine.
Is he fine? I don't think so.
No.
They need Tidehunter.
This is awkward. Hydro, blink in. Help your team out. That flame break.
Oh, okay. Liquid Fire ownage.
Yeah.
Look at that attack.
That's all you need.
Holy man score saving the day yet again.
His team were getting owned by Roshan until that happened. So they get the Clink's Aegis. This Clink's farm well, done alright in general, but since moving out of his lane has not been anywhere near as effective as like the Clinks we saw from Lance on Arrow Gaming. When he moved around the map, he created tons of space, got lots of kills, but Silent has been a lot less effective.
And he won't be able to kill Weaver before his Lincolns, because he's coming out at 300 gold. So there's a big window loss for him. I think he had his Orchid, what, like 13 maybe?
Yeah, 14, maybe 14 at like the latest.
Yeah, nothing happened for him in those 5 minutes. Besides a kill on
That's Silent. He
Dire's
ran
top
up
tower
this
is
hill,
under attack.
and there was a Tinker farming his neutrals with March, and he just died.
Dire's top tower has
Oh,
fallen.
I didn't see that.
I just happened to have my camera there. I don't know. Mason will get caught out. Pre-Lincolns, his Lincolns was on the Korea, and the Orchid gang comes into play.
Okay. I didn't see that.
I don't even know how I caught it. It was those Clinks was literally just running up this ramp. He still had no HP from Roshan. He was going to use Death Pact to get some HP, but there just happened to be a march there. It's too easy for Arteezy. That's how the saying goes, and he makes it look too easy there. Vegascore going to get caught in a Chronosphere and brought down. Universe, got to be careful. There's your Blink Ravage. Universe still in Mask of Madness, takes 8 damage as a result. There's going to be a Plasma Field coming out. Arteezy getting low, pops the Ghost Scepter though. That almost saves his life from the physical damage. Universe goes back in, and the laser brings down the Razor. Add engagement from Team Empire.
Arteezy's getting big. He's getting real big. He hasn't died yet this game. He had his farm hindered at the beginning, but he is slowly but surely climbing the net worth charts.
Now,
Pretty close to side. And now he has his Ghost up there, so now he's not immune to Razor and Clinks, but close to immune.
yeah. And Dagon won't be far behind, it looks like. He's picked up the Staff of Wizardry, so dealing with this Tinker this game feels like it's going to be a tough challenge for Team Empire. Empire have had such good early games in so many of their matches, but they often throw away leads, it feels like. We've seen a few games where Empire will get ahead and then just struggle later on in the
It's
mid-game.
just really hard for them to find opportunities to do so. Always Want to Fly had the super early Blink Dagger. Tidehunter had the really early Blink Dagger too, and Silent had the early Orchid Malevolence, but EG didn't really put themselves in a position where they could be ganked. Arteezy almost always farming neutrals in a safe position, or farming Aegis in a safe position too, and then you have Faceless Voice solo killing people who are venturing too far out too, so it was a very small window and EG just did not give them any chance to capitalize on it. Universe?
Well,
Okay.
easy time walk out. Overall, good lockdown. Without like when Lasso's not up, the killing power isn't really there. I guess with Clinks can come with the Orchid. Speaking of Clinks, he's picked up 2 ulti orbs. He is going to be going for a Skadi as his first item of choice here.
He needs diffusal, I think. Well, actually, he doesn't want to die in the Chronosphere.
Radiant's bottom
Well,
tower
towards the bottom
is
lane
under
we go.
attack.
Resolution pops the
Radiant
Aghanim Scepter
structures
upgraded
are
ultimate, and
fortified.
this will get to work on this tower. Faceless Void's the one TPing in, and we will see the lasso. Media will be pulled back in, and burst down to start of the fight. Universe goes into an Ice Guard here. He can't Chronosphere gets silenced as well. Mason going to be the next target for them. They don't have the Orc anymore, so unlikely to be able to kill him off here. In the sides
that would have been a
fly.
great Chrono had he not gotten Ice Pad.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
The Orchid only was used as a result of the Ice Path, so Vangscore, well-placed Ice Path helps out his team. Top lane Tinker's trying to apply some extra pressure. TC could go in for the kill here, he's got Dagon. Dagon plus Laser, this is trouble for Resolution. I don't know if he knows there's a Dagon up, and here comes Arteezy looking for the solo kill. Needed a laser as well, did not find the kill and TPs himself home.
And scored too slow on the TP. Well, actually, the TP just took too long. But that was decent trade for EG. Or
Back comes
Empire.
Arteezy. He's using these familiars to TP onto, so that he can TP into safety. Like normally you TP on a creep wave, your opponents see it, you're kind of in a bad spot, but this familiar just sitting over these trees. I mean, I think we've seen Cloud9 do this Tinker Visage before. We saw them in this tournament use the Tinker Chen, and there goes Arteezy, finds Shakiro. Vank score goes down, so when you pick this Tinker, if you have some nice synergy with something like a Visage or a Beastmaster Hawk or the Chen creeps as we've seen in this tournament, it makes Tinker just so much more potent. Here goes Arteezy again. Once again showing up at the top lane. Resolution a bit tankier than his buddy Vank score.
And still, I don't see the kill on Arteezy happening anytime soon. Like Lasso, Ravage, maybe, but they haven't been able to do that much in the first 25, and now that he has all these defensive items, I still don't see it happening. Arteezy's still farming on jungle, maybe with Roshan's too, but as you saw with the last Aegis, it didn't really matter.
Well, Silent Scotty is en route.
Dude, what does Scotty do for him though? He doesn't have problems surviving. He has problems like finding targets and killing targets.
What do you think he should have gone for instead of the Scotty?
Well, Diffusal would have been pretty good, I'd say. If you want to kill Tinker, depends on what you want to do in these team fights. Or you just go Damage so you can kill Faceless Void. It's actually rare that Silent gets caught in the Chronospheres, and it's usually his other teammates. So if they give him that free time, they can just destroy people. He can also go Lincoln's too. Lincoln's is really good versus the versus Bane, but in terms of other, it's not that great versus the Tinker because he can just laser or dagger or EB. Oh, Arteezy with quick reflexes. Here they go.
Oh, they found him with the lasso. Arteezy gonna get pulled back in and unlikely to escape from this one. No backup available. He's trying to look for a kill. He'll get one on the Bat Rider to start things off. Make sure he doesn't go down without finding something for himself, so.
Well, that was a level 2 Dagon too, so he just bought that before he took a spill, and that means that he won't have buyback, and maybe they can actually push on the back of this, and this is where Silent Scotty does actually come in very handy.
Yeah, he's tanky. He can just be on the front line. He can just has all the mana in the world to spam Searing Arrows, to spam Strafe. There is a counter push attempt by Mason, though they're keeping back Empire. I think, like you said, they could have maybe at least done some damage, possibly gotten a tier 3 tower at top. Buyback coming out from the Bat Rider here as well. Mason at mid gets the tower.
Why did they push with Tinker down? Oh no.
Oh, and PPD's going to escape.
Is Mason going to escape though? He might actually lose a gem here.
Oh, that would actually be a little costly here. Mason, yeah, he's got no way out of it. The gem.
Okay, that's worth it actually.
Yep, they've got both gems on their side now. So Empire bought a gem of their own. They also take EG's gem. Well, it's a good retreat because they take the gem, but they do lose their tier 2 tower. PPD escapes the bottom lane. That was where the Bat Rider went. He bought back TP bottom and didn't have anything to cancel Bane's TP out.
Still, they got Mason, but Mason did end up getting a T2 in the meantime, and EG, I thought that was going to be a much bigger loss for them losing Tinker that early. Empire, they are scared of the Chronosphere into the buyback Tinker BOT, and then the mass burst coming out from there, so I can understand why they backed off, especially with Mason pressuring the T2 as hard as he was.
Silence getting pretty farmed here on this Clinks. He is still top of the net worth, even against a Tinker, who's a much better farmer. So we'll see what he looks pick up as his next big item. I think you've gone the Orchid already. Your next item has got to be some sort of pure damage output. So likely the Daedalus, maybe the MKB if he wants to be able to counter the laser, but not necessarily an essential item this game around.
Zai completed his Scepter, getting all that farm in the
Oh, Tinker's been spotted! He TP'd to this familiar. Oh, he blinks the wrong direction though, Bat Rider. If he blinked into the river, Arteezy could have been caught out. Gonna blink back to his shop. No, Arteezy just playing around. He wants to fight. He's got the familiar vision. He could blink forward. No, he's gonna get caught out in the low ground. Silent with the Orchid. The Ice Path is there as well. Silent maybe gets this kill, but here comes Universe Chronosphere available, as is Dust. Silent now gonna be first down perhaps. This Skadi doing only so much for him as far as HP goes. He's gonna turn and try and fight onto Arteezy. He's low. Silent gets brought down in the end. Arteezy TPing out. He'll make it away. What a play coming in from the Tinker, and now Resolution's gonna be careful. One familiar's done, two familiar's done. Mason's ignoring him and going for Mag. He'll get Mag as well. Resolution trying to TP out, nothing to cancel it. Onto the high ground we go, and Jakiro will TP out as well.
That's the thing, what do they do versus Ghost Scepter? They don't have any magical damage and magical bursts.
That was such a well-played fight by, I mean, all of EG. Arteezy did absolutely perfectly. Universe chose for the right
he
time.
gets lassoed, but okay.
He can just TP. There's no flame break.
Okay. That was a waste. Still, Empire's game plan. How are you going to kill Tinker? I still contend that he should have gotten a Ghost Scepter or a Diffusal over that.
Just, I mean, have anything to deal with that. To deal with the Ghost Scepter.
Yeah, because Tinker's almost never build armor. So Ghost Scepter is usually the go-to of choice, especially since you can refresh it. And Diffusal will counter that. You can also go Diffusal plus Scotty. It looks like that's what he's going for after the Scotty. But, I mean, his time of shine has been passed, and Tinker's going to overtake him in terms of net worth. He's 600 gold ahead, and Empire, they really need this next Roshan if they want to stay in this game.
Tinker now with a Dagon 4. The damage output just keeps on adding up for EG, and for Empire, the damage output, especially onto the Ghost Form Tinker, is just somewhat non-existent. It's a lot of physical damage and not much else. See if one familiar getting sniped that was trying to scout out this Roshan. Empire going to get to work on Rosh. They picked up one Blade of Lacklear and Clinks, and it looks like it will be a Diffusal Blade from him. I think it's kind of essential in some ways against this, but here come EG. They want to contest this Rosh fight. Tidehunter does have Ravage, Batrunner has Lasso. Fighting into this is not going to be easy. The Jakiro barely survives. They get the Lasso onto Arteezy. If they got the ball of damage, they try to bring him in the pit. They succeed in doing so, but the Chronosphere from Universe is better. Catches out Jupiter, there's not much follow-up damage. PPD now gets caught out in the side by a Ravage, looking for a Fiend Script perhaps. Mason does get the time lapse off, but he's still low. They've got the Gem Vision, they bring him down to start things off. Meanwhile, looks like Tinker was battling it out, almost got the Jakiro, and they are never even dying. Is Jakiro though, and now Silent chasing Zai as well as Arteezy. Arteezy will TP himself home. Nothing to cancel that, so it's a 2-for-0 in the end by the Roshan pit. Ravage as well as Lasso being used, but EG also using their Chronosphere, using the time lapse. They've only got the Fiend Script left if they want to try and contest this Rosh fight, and I don't think they're going to have in mind contesting this Rosh.
EG's coordination was really off that fight. Tinker tried to burst out a Jakiro, and they were off to one side, and he wasn't there to actually kill anyone in the Chronosphere. So Chronosphere literally just paused the fight for like 3 seconds with a tiny bit of damage from Basis Void, who doesn't have any damage, especially against Mask Madness and Viking Bard.
Yep. Well, Familiars will come in, maybe try to look for an Aegis tonight, but ends up just feeding away one of those Familiars, and
Fusel Blade's coming in, actually pretty close. All it needs now is a recipe.
yeah, that's going to give Arteezy a much tougher time. He's getting away with so much in these team fights because of that Ghost Scepter. He just goes in the Ghost form, and then what do they have to actually do magic damage to him? Pretty much nothing.
Yeah, I think he's also going to need an MKB too to try and mini-stun him when he rearms. He is level 18, he has not put the third point yet in rearm, but if he just Ghost Scepters and then diffuses and then he just rearms and Ghost Scepters again, what are you going to do? Diffusal has too long of a cooldown to actually counter that, so they don't have any mini-stuns unfortunately. And Jakiro also with the Ice Path too. They had the Lasso onto the Tinker, but they weren't able to follow up with anything because the Force Staff caused the Ice Path to miss.
Always want to fly bottom. Oh, he saw Arteezy / Arteezy saw him, and Arteezy will blink himself away from that. I don't think he can kill Arteezy just on his own, and Razor, even with some backup, wasn't going to be able to add that much extra damage output, so they need that Clinks if they want kills. I like this from Bankscore. I believe he's building a Yule Scepter. Yule Scepter, one of the items that got a tiny little buff, and it's a buff which helps deal with Blink Dagger, and that's something which you can somewhat try and use to initiate on a Tinker. If you see him from afar, you throw the Yules to start the fight off before he can blink away.
Yeah, also good at interrupting Bane, setting up into easy Ice Pass on pretty much anybody. It's good at popping the Lincoln Sphere on Weaver to set up for a more important spell like Lasso or Orchid, so yeah, I think it's a fantastic item.
Yeah, speaking of Weaver, it's going to go BKB after his Lincoln, so pure defensive items from Mason. The Lincoln's BKB, just trying to keep himself alive a long time in these fights to do as much damage as possible. He'll TP himself home, almost has the BKB, just 70 gold away. Probably just go farm some neutrals to try and finish that off.
And now Silent almost overtaking Tinker in terms of farm. They are neck and neck within 100 gold of each other.
And you go beyond that, Resolution on the Razor is actually number 3.
Yeah, we haven't really talked too much about him. He just does what Rangers do.
Hasn't actually done that. I mean, he's 3-2, and he hasn't done lots this game, but he
He can't do anything by himself, though. It's not like he can kill a Void.
He tanks, he doesn't die to Tinker combos is probably the good thing. And Tinker also doesn't want to combo him, because otherwise he gets perched up, so he loses a lot of his mobility. It also cancels his Blink Dagger, damn it. Blink Dagger, because he takes damage from the Unstable Current, so if you nuke him, you take damage. Great Ravage coming in from Mag. Mason going to be the first target, gets the time-lapse off though, there was no Silent here, but Silent looking to focus down Mason, gets caught in the Chronosphere. Universe with that great through-hero Chronosphere. Tinker, meanwhile, on the sideline, trying to burst down the Jakiro. Can he find him in the end? It looks like Weaver will bring down one. There's Daigle getting one more. And in the meantime, it's going to be Universe. Searing Arrow will bring him down. Arteezy gets a third. 3 heroes dead on the Empire side. Silent now on the run. The Diffusal Blade not really working out too much. Universe with a fantastic Chronosphere, saving the Weaver's life and then helping Arteezy get a ton of kills there.
That BKB on Mason saved him too. If he didn't have the BKB, he dies. And no one was there that actually popped the Lincoln Sphere on the Weaver.
Yeah.
So he wasn't able to Orchid. Why did he just Diffusal and then Orchid on the Clinks?
I guess Weaver did have a BKB, so he could have BKB'd off of it, but...
Yeah, that's true. But he was caught in the Ravage.
Yes, yeah, during the Ravage you could have Orchided, but... I guess you only get the bonus damage at the end anyway, so...
Still, it was so important that they kill Weaver.
Yeah. Weaver's, every single fight he seems to get his time-lapse off. They try and burst him down in a Ravage or in a Lasso, but they just don't quite have the necessary damage.
Yeah, they should be
Having it, and at the same time, Razor was Fiend's Grip the whole entire time by a Bane. Look at Bane's items too. So in order to pull that off post Ravage, he has to have fantastic use. Greatly executed by him.
Alright, well, Empire, gonna just fall back to try and get a few more items here. Tinker, like, he's got his Dagon 5, he's gonna have that Ethereal Blade soon, but he's not getting out of control. Like, we saw Ferrari on his Tinker just completely snowball left, right, and center. Empire, end of the day, have some fairly tanky heroes. They're not gonna die to one Tinker combo. The Tide's got a Pipe. Batrider, probably one of the squishier of the heroes. Razor, very tanky, 2.2k HP. Akira, a little bit squishy. Clink's fairly tanky as well, so... all in all, at least there's a decent amount of survivability on the Empire side against a Tinker. It's not like a bunch of squishies.
Yeah, I think Razor should probably itemize for like a... I don't know. AC is great versus everyone else but the Tinker. But Heart is good for us all three, I'd say.
The other option is the Refresher Orb, of course, but...
Refresher makes him too squishy. He just needs to survive. He died in Fiend's Grip. He can't let that happen. Or his team can't let that happen,
Dire's
rather.
bottom tower
They also
is
need to
under
bait out
attack.
Silent a little bit more. Well, actually, I guess maybe not, because if Clinks dies and he respawns with Aegis and he won't get the death pack, then he won't be doing that much damage.
Dire's bottom tower
We'll
has
see
fallen.
what EG have in mind now. They're still sitting back. They're up 14 kills to 11. The Goldgraph, though, still in Empire's favor by about 3k. Experience mildly in EG's favor, so we have a very tight game between these two world-class Western teams, and it's the Arteezy Tinker looking to just finish off that Ethereal Blade, which is going to be making some plays, getting lots of kills for the EG side in these next couple of fights. If Arteezy dies, there goes most of your damage output, though. Universe went for a Mask of Madness BKB, Weaver has Lincoln's BKB.
Radiant's middle tower
Arteezy doesn't
is
die in
under
the team
attack.
fights.
No.
The only time he's died is from the pickoff on the left side. They're really good at protecting on team fights, with mostly Universe. These Chronos.
He's just so good at not getting put out into odd positions. You see the familiars just being in these such annoying positions, allowing Arteezy to get across the map. The one at the top lane just giving him the ability to creep skip waves. The other two kind of looking to scout out Roshan to just see what the rest of Empire's doing. Very key, you don't just group your three familiars together. You want them spread out across the map. It seems Zai seems content just with the two separate groups.
Clinks looks like he's going MKB afterwards.
Okay. Could still be
MKB
Daedalus.
is
but-
decent. Yeah, MKB or Daedalus. I think Daedalus provides more damage, but Monkey King Bar will interrupt the stun from the rearm, or will interrupt the rearm as well as anyone TPing, but I don't think anyone's going to be TPing out against him, except for Arteezy.
Maybe against Tinker at TP, because you can defuse his Ghost Scepter, and then if he's TPing, you need that mini stun maybe. Mason at top got forced to pop a BKB. It looks like he got spooked by Empire. There was actually an Orchid that was used, so Mason full HP, time-lapse, and BKB, so... Didn't catch the initiation, but he did manage to get away from the Orchid gank of Silent.
Silent did actually use the diffuser to pop that Lincoln's.
Oh, okay.
He's learning.
May as well, yeah, diffuse into Orchid and then you force out a BKB charge. That gets Weaver's BKB down to 8 seconds, so...
Weaver doesn't actually do that much damage. I don't think they should be focusing down, actually. I mean, he does like, what, 190-ish?
He'll start to do damage once he gets this Desolator.
Yeah, still some time, though. And Tinker does like way more damage, and I think Faceless does a lot of damage too, and he's really easy to kill. He has 1200 HP with BKB, and no time lapse.
Bring down one of those annoying familiars that's been pestering them in their own base.
Heal is now completed by good old Van Score. Empire need to take down next Roshan. We'll see the timer in just about 10 seconds time.
Alright, so Empire so far have just had complete Roshan control. EG not even really coming close to contesting Roshan.
So it's a shorter respawn, just under 1 minute's time. Works in favor of Empire. They need the cheese. I don't know who they give it to. I guess, yeah, they need cheese on Razor. Oh, he is going hard.
Not exactly easy to push off an Aegis and cheese, but we'll see if Empire have it in them. They are going to have EG with a familiar poised over the Roshan pit just to try and scout out as soon as Roshan respawns and Empire try and go for it.
And looking at Tinker, saving up a lot of gold, he has just picked up his Ethereal Blade, or his Eagle Song rather, not Ethereal Blade quite yet.
He's got the Ghost Scepter, I guess, already, but yeah. He just needs to deliver. He might... They know this familiar's off being annoying, so they're trying to kill it off here. Mag's a bit stuck, and he'll blink himself out of there, so... Familiars so far have been very important in EG's just general map movement and defense.
Yeah, Zai has been migrating them really, really well. And here we go, 4-man smoke towards the Roshan pit. Looks like Zai has scouted out and indeed knows that Roshan is up. And I guess they can technically take it out with Faceless Void, but it is really dangerous since the Empire has been checking it constantly.
Ooh, Tinker at top. Oh, we can't fake TPs it. And Jakira was there waiting. These fake TPs from Arteezy just trying to bait out spells and bait out these ganks. Here comes Always Wanna Fly. Fire flying forward. He could find Arteezy. Arteezy is there. Here we go. What? You've got to break it. There's your last. Gets Arteezy with this, and Arteezy's going to go down. They burst him down. His second death of the game, and
big kill right before
nice
Roshan. He does have buyback available too.
Alrighty.
Great pickoff by Mag. Exactly what they need, or by Always One Fly. I'm so used to Mag playing the Battler.
It's very weird. It's kind of, it gives Empire this 4-core lineup. In their teamfights, they've got a Tidehunter Ravage, they've got Batrider Lasso. Their late game in their teamfight is very impressive as a result of the support Batrider, and I'd say support Batrider has worked out as a pick for them.
Only because he checked that stack. Oh man. Yeah. EG has a very formidable late game lineup too. They have Weaver, they have Tinker, and they have Faceless Void. Both of them decently farm.
Bane and Fiend's Grip is good in the late game, but he doesn't have much farm. There's no like BKB, he doesn't even have a Force Staff or a Blink Dagger. This Bane is by far the lowest net worth in the game, so not going to be easy for PPD to do much in these fights when you can just be burst down instantly if he ever gets clipped by a Ravage, Clinks finds him. I mean, there's so many things that can happen which will just instantly be the death of him.
He just picked up by Clinks. Looks like Resolution will pick up the cheese, and
MKB
I think all the items are coming out. Yeah, there's the MKB. Does he have the heart yet?
Does he need the He needs a Vit booster, but he can get that on the way from the shop.
Yeah, he had that Weaver a long time ago. Yep. Oh, he has a recipe on chicken.
Yeah.
Okay, he has the money. I think they can make a push with this. This takes one more pickoff on Tinker, or actually technically two, because he'll have buyback.
Unless they want to just go all in and try Siege High Ground against the Tinker, which is probably not ideal. Not against Void as well, so they do need that pickoff. That's going to be the tough thing here. EG positioned at mid lane. I do not think they want to go engaging on the Empire, unless they're sure that there's multiple heroes elsewhere in the map. And they can see Resolution bottom. They see someone top, maybe they try and make a jump on mid. Problem is, Always Want to Fly on Batrider has picked up Boots of Travel. I like the late game Boots of Travel purchase. And also working on what looks to be a Scythe of Vice. Hexes are going to be the next stage of items for Empire.
It could be a Yules too.
It could be.
I don't think Yules that bad, because it'll break the... So it's cheaper, because they're looking to end the game, like probably with this Roshan, and it'll dispel like Ghost Scepter and stuff too.
Is there March here? Arteezy a little bit low. He's going to set the first march now, second coming shortly after, and Silent just going to start getting to work on this tower. They need to glyph it now. Silent takes one E-Blade combo, and that'll get him down to half HP, and I think that's going to be the end of this push. Do force out a glyph, resolution getting below half, Silent getting below half HP.
I don't think it's the end of the push. Clinks just needs to death pack one more time, and resolution just needs to heal up with his heart. They did get some damage on the tower. I think next time without glyph they can actually do it.
Silent tries to leave the big creep, but resolution comes in Eye of the Storm and accidentally brings it down. So there we go. Here's your death pack then. Vex goes up top though, so unfortunately they haven't got a Jakira for this, and it looks like they will back off. Deal with these other lanes which are pushing out, and then go for another push. There's no glyph for 3 or 4 minutes, so...
Yeah, it's about the same time as the Aegis will expire, so they should definitely try and make something happen. But of course, they always have to work out, or look out for Chronosphere. Faceless Void also has a Blade of Alacrity. I guess Manta? Yasha? Well, Manta's really good.
Aghanim Scepter is possible still.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't normally start with a blade though.
That's true.
It could still be Ags. I'm not sure if you need the short cooldown on Aghanim Scepter. It's not like you've got like a Invoker Sunstrike kind of combo that you can use it with. Universe, is he going to engage on middle? It looks like they want to go. Tinker TP could come in and they're going on Mag. Mag can get blown up here. Tinker shows up. Mag's already dead. Resolution's pretty thick. He needs to pop his BKB perhaps, so he's getting chain bashed by Universe. The BKB comes, but it's too late. Cheese needs to be used, but he's chain bashed. The RNG from Universe gets 2 kills for EG in mid lane.
Man, Chronosphere, strong spell, man. Kill 2 super farmed and tanky heroes easily.
That's going to slow down Empire.
Yeah.
Oh, they've pulled out Mason in mid. The Orchid there as well. PPD going to be the main target though, at least initially complete. Mason gets hit by an Ice Path and the burst damage is real. Silent with a DD rune. And Sai, do not fight this Sai. Diffusal. Oh, it's on cooldown.
He just used it.
Yeah, Zai will go down regardless. No, Tinker could come in. He's going to actually blows up the Batrider. Arteezy may pay for this with his life. The Diffusal still comes out. Arteezy getting slowed and needs to find the blink up. It's up in 1 second. He's going to go into the high ground. He gets hit though. Arteezy gets brought down. The DD rune on Klink's doing some serious work there. That was a 5 for 4 trade. Did Void actually die at the start? I think it was 4 for 4. Yeah, Void didn't die.
Well, gem
What
picked
a
up.
bloody fight.
There's still a free gem right here. Looks like Empire looking to scrounge that one up. I mean, that was pretty much just all Silent. He is massive.
Yeah. Where do you go from here though? He hasn't got any slots left. He can. I guess the Aegis will become a slot later on. Pick up a Daedalus instead of the Aegis. Maybe even a BKB. Kind of needs BKB is the problem.
Uh-oh.
He's being caught out. Fiend's Grip available.
And Chrono, this could be 2 kills. Wow, they're actually not going for it.
You could Fiend's Grip to kill him once, Chrono to kill him twice, but Empire had everyone back up. Tide was actually nearby, so you could maybe kill him once, but I think Tide would have got there before the second kill, so.
Okay, Silent, can you break the base? Looking at gold, it's still just 2,000 in favor of Empire without any T3s down and only one of them damaged.
This is still anyone's game. As for EG, when you have these 50-50 games, EG have been coming out on top. Just slightly better late game decision making, knowing how to utilize their heroes to the maximum, and that's where Empire need to kind of turn things around here if they want to stand a chance of even having that small hope to make it to Key Arena.
Mason got destroyed. He died in an ice path. Not even like a 5-second Orchid.
You can't even go Butterfly because there's already an MKB, so...
Heart, I guess. AC.
Yeah, either armor or HP. Harder AC. Also on the fly was looking for Arteezy up top. He is hunting alone right now. Silence nowhere near him, and
Silent, it's all on you, and Universe is also all on him. He has been making some pretty big chronos. The Blade of Alacrity did actually build into an Ag Scepter, and looks like Empire will not be able to take advantage of the glyph that's recently cooling down, as well as the Aegis, and have to wait for Aegis number 4.
Generation.
Well, they're lurking around this Roshan pit already, almost saying, yeah, we're losing our Aegis, let's just sit around, wait for the next. Sure, we're going to wait at least another 2 to 5 minutes, but no problem at all. Empire also working on a refresher on Mag. He's just going to make sure he gets off a single Ravage though. If he gets caught and burst down in a Chronosphere, that's the end of his day.
You know if Unstable Current purges EB? Like, does the purge happen before EB or after EB?
Before, I do not know.
I don't know either. I don't know what the order is on that.
Why does it matter?
Yeah, if the E-Blade hits first and then unstable current procs.
Oh, so you mean it purges the ghost effect on yourself? I imagine it purges before. Like, you should still go Ethereal if you use E-Blade on Razor, but...
I don't actually know if that's true or not. I have no clue.
Yeah.
Some spells happen before it resolves, like Last Word, Silence, but I'm not sure about Unstable Current.
Always want to fly, just covering his bases, checking around, and he's got this Void Stone still, 4.5k gold, so looks like he will be going big for Scythe of Vice, I imagine. He's doing some D-Ward. I like this from Always want to fly. He wants to go D-Ward, he's going to be careful. Tinker's nearby, and Tinker going to look for that shotgun. Always want to fly gets very, very low. Arteezy blinks forward, more rockets coming out, and Batrider's just getting the hell out of there. Tinker's still chasing, he's got more vision, he's got vision all over the place.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
As he comes close, he also protects his team's Observer Ward up here. It doesn't allow it to get dewarded. Meanwhile, top lane Mason going to get tier 2 tower.
Top tower has fallen.
These team fights are just all over the place.
Silent has a really difficult time trying to actually break the base, as does the rest of Empire. They can't deal with the split pushing Tinker to split pushing Weaver at the same time, and Weaver doesn't actually do anything in team fights, but the split push is just so incredibly difficult to deal with. On top of that, they have the mobility from the Visage Familiars, using that the entire game to go around the map to where creeps aren't.
Alrighty, well, EG will find themselves just happy to sit together, grouped up as much as possible, and they're going to go for a smoke. So no Roshan up anytime soon. This is not to contest Rosh. Looks like they want to maybe try and snipe Silent here, who has picked up a Crystal Skirt Daniels. He's completely on an island here.
And there's another big pickup on the...
They've got... Oh, that barely clipped him. Even if it doesn't, they did still have the gem, and they maybe bring him down. Silent's got no backup in sight. Batrider could TP him with his boots of travel, but likely spell his death. Silent, though, he's proven to be one tough of a bitch to bring down, and he will end up going down. Also, the Batrider. Batrider did TP him. What am I talking about? He actually came in and instantly died. What was he thinking?
He tried to sheep the grip. Or actually, he sheeped the Void, and then he was trying to slap the grip, but Silent caught too far out. They have a gem, they can't track him down. He just barely did not escape, though. Big Chrono Spear by Universe, as always.
That was just a bit... As soon as 5 are missing on the map, Silent cannot be there farming alone. He's bought his Daedalus back at base, still has buyback on top of that. He's completely 6-slotted right now.
And suddenly, momentum in EG's favor. They can pick down this T2, they can also push this T3 and force a Silent buyback.
Yeah, 50 seconds, and we'll see maybe what Empire will have in mind here at this bottom lane. Resolution shows up. He's got 4.5k gold. He is a very, very farm Razor. Mag getting close to his refresh orb, but he's been struggling to get off a single Ravage in teamfights because of Chronosphere.
Tinker should have sheep by now too. He has 7,200 gold.
Maybe just thinking he wants to hold on to some of this cash over.
Yeah, he can buy back though, even if he buys the sheep and sells the solar. So much gold.
What's he just bought? I think, oh no, he didn't buy anything. He's still sitting on 7.5k gold.
Yeah, I know.
Buy something. Maybe he's just trying to decide what he wants to get. If it's going to be a sheep, a shivers, a bloodstone.
What's how long are the BKBs? Bloodstone's Clinks doesn't have a BKB.
Okay.
I think if he sheeps Clinks, that's it. That's all he needs to do.
And just sells his bottle, buys... He's going Bloodstone, I think. He's going to the shop, yeah.
Okay.
Didn't buy the Ultimate Orban. This gives him, like, the unlimited mana pool to some extent. As well as just a bit more HP to survive in these fights.
Yeah, I still would like the utility from Hex, just because Resolution, or Silent rather, is 6-slotted without a BKB, or Lincoln.
Hex gives you mana pool as well, and mana regen, so not quite on the same level as Bloodstone, but it's pretty damn good.
It's safer, I think, to go for this build.
Arteezy gonna get caught out, he doesn't get the kill, and Always Wanna Fly. Ice Paths come through as well, the Chronosphere perfectly placed on 2. Always Wanna Fly does get the Hex on Arteezy, and he's still gonna be alive for now. Universal Pervexable, there's your Tide Wrap. Mag only has the singular one. Arteezy's still alive on the side, so gonna come back in, look for another E-Blade combo. Boy, brings down Vanguard, Arteezy blows up Mag. He's looking for Silent as well. Silent just gonna try and fight his way out. This one gets Arteezy on the Tinker, but will pay for it with his life. Tinker buys back. Buyback onto Silent as well. Double buybacks across both teams' main carry, and EG have an alright fight there. They do have to use the Tinker buyback, just barely. Does Silent get that kill?
Do they have to use buybacks there? I actually think they can wait for Tinker to respawn and then push the base and force a silent buyback without having to use Arteezy because he has a Bloodstone.
Yeah, he actually just bought it too.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit of a... I think maybe he thought the fight was still going to continue on, but yeah, definitely not an entirely necessary buyback.
Or they could have pressed Roshan too. And it looks like Roshan is going to be the next point of contest.
Uh-oh, Arteezy gets hexed up. No follow-up for the time being. Resolution needs to be careful. Nice Chrono speed coming on the side. Always want to fly, getting focused down by the Void. Meanwhile, Resolution taking some big tickle, but always want to fly goes down to the E-Blade. Next target is Resolution. E-Blade from Arteezy will slow him down. Arteezy now going to look for another Dagon combo. No, he TP's home.
And it looks like he doesn't get purged.
If you use something after the E-Blade, like a laser or a Dagon, then maybe you probably get purged from that. Like you may lose your ethereal effect.
If EG gets his Aegis, I think that's probably game. I don't think they can do this. All they need to do is kill Empire once and Silent once, and he doesn't have a BKB.
At the same time, like most of their big core heroes are getting very six-slotted, so they're running out of slots here. Mason had to sell his Midas to get the Aegis. Universe will, I think, drop a TP scroll, it looked like, and pick up the Midas. Sorry, pick up the Cheats.
Universe is just so solid on the Faceless Void.
He's solid on everything. This guy is the backbone of this EG team, really. Doesn't get a lot of recognition. He's a very quiet guy, but he's an all-around just fantastic, reliable carry play to have.
Yeah, reliable is the key word. Always pulls through with important chronos and on important targets too. Well, so let's see. Tinker still has one item left, 3,100 gold. So he's probably he needs to wait to like the 8,000 gold territory again to buy a full item, or else he's not going to have buyback.
I feel this Clinks really needs a BKB.
He doesn't have the room for it.
Sell your Orchid, maybe? I don't know. Like, without BKB, against Tinker's burst damage. If he gets Ethereal, he does no damage. He can defuse himself, I guess, but...
Yeah, I think he needs the BKB.
You have to go BKB, I feel. Sell the Orchid, I think, for the BKB.
That makes sense.
Like, your Orchid's not as good as it once was, because all these heroes are BKB. At the end of the day, you don't need the silence. You have so much burst damage as a Clinks because of your items that it's not about the silence anymore. I think you just need the BKB.
Scouting for what they hope will be a Tinker blinking into the forest. So he doesn't have buyback. He has, what, 7 Bloodstone charges, and he just bought back, so his retime timer should be, what, probably like 110 seconds, 105 seconds around.
Well, he's at bottom lane, not taking any chances, hiding in the trees, and he'll make his way out just A-OK.
All it takes is one mistake though. He's like right next to that creep wave, or at least the 2 Empire heroes are always want to fly in Vance Group. I don't actually think they can kill him. They need one more damage dealer, preferably silent.
Yeah, not like there's no real other heroes that can come in. Resolution's finished off the refresher orb, so if he stays alive in a fight, he's doing a lot of damage. Not to mention he can refresh his BKB, so even later on he's going to have at least an 8-second BKB at minimum, and and for the next fight he'll have a 11-second BKB.
So, I mean, does Razor still do that much at this point in the game though?
There's the potential with that Acceptor refresher ultimate, but it's not showing, I guess, is the best way to put it. If Arteezy ever gets too close, like Arteezy has to be so careful to position himself at a distance, and now we see more item pickups come into play. Visage gets a Scythe of Vice on top of a Shiver's Guard. Zai has gone unnoticed and suddenly has 18k net worth on this Visage. More than the Void.
What's he going for? I'm surprised they don't have an AC on their team.
He just picked up the Scythe of Vice. Well, Scythe of Vice, he's only got 400 gold now, but...
Ravage comes out top on Arteezy. He gets caught out.
Oh man, that's without buyback.
That was an unqualified.
It's a minute and 20 seconds.
Wow.
They're pressuring bottom and mid though, so they're probably going to be okay here. Silent can maybe buy some boots of travel if he wants to join up with his team, but he's going to defend these lanes.
Doesn't have buyback either. He gets under Chrono.
Oh, deja vu from the top lane here. The Flame Break comes in. Universe, I don't think he's getting this kill. The Ice Path there as well. Universe did not BKB, and here comes Lose No Fight. Does not have Blaster. Mag Refresh. He's going to Ravage Ray, but he gets hexed up. The damage threshold's going to proc through. There's going to be your Ravage. Hits 3, I believe. There goes down your Bane. Next on the menu is Zai. Zai on that Visage is going to be so squishy here in the front line. Still no Tinker alive. Visage goes down. Weaver on the run. Lasso up in 3 seconds. Mason's Lincoln Sphere is available. Always want to fly. Who's he going to go for here? Needs to make a decision. He's going to chase left. Nope, decides to go back right. Universe TP's out. They're not going to get a 4th hero.
So they buy time for Tinker to revive, who is by far the most important hero on the EG lineup, and Faceless Void survives to fight another fight.
Well, Mason on the run. He buys an MKB back at base, so we'll see this maybe replace his Desolator for now, and then later on he can re-pick up his Desolator when his Aegis expires.
Yeah,
maybe
Aegis
even go
expires
boostless.
in like a minute and a half. So does he have enough for buyback?
Void does, no one else on the Radiant side
Weaver does at 100 gold, and
Okay.
he's gonna farm it right now.
Yep, no problem. So, Empire all about finding pickoffs right now, just whenever they
Radiant's
can. We
middle
saw it at top
tower
lane,
is under
even if
attack.
it's a Ravage for a pickoff. Doesn't matter if it's Tinker. Tinker, Void, Weaver, any solo pickoff you can get with a Ravage, with a Lasso, they'll go for.
Yeah, and Tinker, even with his Bloodstone, not invulnerable. 2500 HP, 16 armor.
I wonder if he even goes like a BKB or something. Like Hex is nice and all, but if you're not staying alive in a fight, you're not using that Hex. Could go for a BKB,
Well,
could go for a Lincoln's even.
He's dying in the big in the ganks, not really the big skirmishes. He
Yeah.
died one time in a skirmish, but Silent died at the same time. So I still think it's okay for him to go shoot. What is our alternative? BKB, Mesa?
Mason, oh, he gets kept alive by Universe. Oh no, the Aegis will proc though. Silent's still alive, the Fiend Script coming out of the wall. Silent being left to die. Has got buyback available now, and they're going to look to probably force it down the mid lane. Arteezy chasing forward. There comes your shotgun on the Mag. Mag's got no way out of this one, and he does not have buyback. He has no way to come back to this fight, so even though Clinks can buy back, EG are going to have a 5v4 with no Ravages to worry about.
But Vanscore can push bottom.
Yeah, he's got to do so. Tinker can deal with it though for now. And if Vanscore comes anywhere near, Tinker will blow him. Oh, actually cancels! Arteezy, oh no, he did not cancel the rearm. Gets one shotgun off. Arteezy does not have the mana right now for a rearm. He will it shortly. Rearm now is making his way back to base. Vanscore going to TP on home and just try and buy time for Tide to respawn. Mason goes onto the high ground here.
Chronosphere up in 10 seconds time, and
That
Refresher to be
upgrade.
built soon.
The double Chronosphere coming soon. He will save for the buyback for now, and they're going to smoke up, look to re-engage, I believe. The fake back. PPD. Being a big Fiend Script off in mid lane. There's your Chronosphere. It's going to catch just Resolution. Ice Path gets nicely dodged by Universe, but Silence is there. No BKB being used. Resolution will
These
fall.
Chronospheres are amazing. It caught him on the tip, and then it caught two other heroes too. It caught Silent and Vanscore, so they have no chance of saving him.
Well, there is buyback from the Razor. Also a Tide respawn. I think they'll wait for the Tide respawn before going in. They've caught out Arteezy at top though. Arteezy has buyback available. Universe has no Chronosphere. Into the Ice Path we go. They lose the Batrider though. In goes Resolution. Has the double ultimate after buying back. He wants blood. He wants Zai. Universe also still alive. 200 HP is enough. There comes your first Ravage. Is there a second? You betcha there is. He's maybe holding on to it for now. Second Ravage comes through. Catches out two more. Arteezy as well as PPD. Arteezy does have a buyback available, I believe. Meanwhile, Mason is getting the mid Raxes. Weaver gets the tower to start things off. Raxes will follow. PPD going to be burst down in just a second. Here's your mid Raxes here. Mason getting slowed down by the Liquid Fire, the Ice Pass. He wants this melee Rax, and they're going to see Lincoln Sphere getting broken. Mason manages to sidestep it, gets a melee Rax. At this point, a melee Rax is far from GG. We're 60 plus minutes in. Melee Rax is far from game over. Buybacks had to be used and were used to hold on to this game. Resolution now going to TP on bottom. What's he got planned here? Mason going to make his way down here as well, and Resolution will quickly run into this Weaver.
Universe closing in on his Refresher. He didn't even die that fight. Arteezy did throw him an EB at the end so that he couldn't get focused on by Clinks. Clinks needs an Aegis. Roshan almost maximum respawn. 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Buyback status. They don't have one on Razor and on Clinks.
Void
Two
just
big
bought
heroes.
his Refresher though, so he has no buyback either.
He doesn't die though. That's the thing. He's died 2 times in the
He
62
could
game.
though. He has a 4-second BKB. That fight he was barely kept alive. Like I look at that fight and think he got lucky. He's the one getting the jumps. If he ever gets jumped by the Batrider, that's actually probably what Empire want to do. Like jumping Tinker is nice, but if you jump the Void, take Chronospheres out of the fight, oh, Silent almost got the pick off. I think you're actually better off Blink lassoing Void now than the Tinker.
Universe is in a really good position though, and last time he didn't have Refresher, so that means 2 PKPs as well as 2 Chronospheres.
Alright, well, the other hero's having a tough time. Uh-oh, bottom lane. Arteezy will be pulled in by the lasso. There's Bankstro to follow him up. There's going to be a lot of damage coming out onto Arteezy. Can he survive this? No siree. Got the Bloodstone suicide off. Small victory for him that he suicides, but end of the day, it's a death nonetheless.
Unfortunate that it's a 2.5 minute respawn. They have to wait this out.
On the Roshan.
Maybe they can break base, but it's really risky against 2 Chronospheres and the buyback.
At the same time, they don't have the item slots for Aegis cheese. We're getting to the point where Aegis does. I guess Razor could sell his mech.
Wait, EG doesn't know that Roshan's not up, so they're sending the familiars in right now, and EG might be wrapped around upon by Empire. This would be a big fight if they can take it without Tinker.
They're waiting on the Razor to have his ultimates up. He's going to have 2 ultimates in 15 seconds. They'll push up bottom, push up mid. They're going to worry about top lane. That's where EG seem to be headed with 3 heroes for the time being. Empire just camping out this Roshan, hoping for a respawn anytime soon. They're not going to get it though.
Wow, really unfortunate.
I mean, Aegis and Cheese isn't going to win. It doesn't win you this game by any means. Like, you give Aegis to your Razor, maybe you give Cheese to your Tide.
But if you give it to
maybe
EG, I think they probably will win that.
Have an Aegis on your Weaver, and you can just backdoor again. He would sell his treads and take the Aegis, I imagine.
I think Razor should sell his mech.
Yeah.
For an AC.
He's got only 3k gold, so buyback. Available in 2.5 minutes, so he will be saving at least some of this money to have for that buyback later on. And that's the other thing right now. EG aren't really that intent on pushing. By the time they go for a push, these buybacks on this dire side, Clinks and Razor, will be back online. I've got his shortly as well. Just 200 gold away. 200 gold away for the Batrider, so Empire are very close to having all 5 buybacks available.
Still, there might be a fight that breaks around the Roshan pit, and Razor might not have buyback for that. So he's a really important target at Chrono, and Roshan is almost at wreck, so respawn. Both teams know this. Both teams headed there.
Yep, it's that max respawn, and well, it's back. I mean, both teams know it's up now. That was the max spawn time. So in we go. Mag will blink in, gets spotted out by a familiar, and he does confirm the fact that Roshan is in fact back up. Top lane, they're just trying to deal with these familiars. Killing off familiars is actually pretty important, although Visage can resummon them, which can do right now. But oh, mid lane, always want to fly. Gets the Hex off, that may save his life. In comes the Chronosphere on a mag. Get the solo kill on the Tide. Oh, can he though? It's a pretty tanky Tide with the help of the Tinker. You betcha he can.
Does he have buyback? 1802. Oh my goodness, he's 100 gold away from buyback. I don't think
he's telling his team, like, go get a tower. Go steal the Roshan last hit.
None of their lanes are pushed out. You talk about how it was a bad day for Mag. Oh no.
Oh man, he probably thought, like, he'd done the mental math and said, okay, I've got buyback guys. And he's like, wait.
I don't understand why they all just didn't go for Roshan to begin with. Like, he scouted it out and then they're like, hey, let me push out one more wave.
It's a Tinker Aegis as well.
Yeah, okay. Dropped his soul ring.
May as well, he's got 7k gold, so can buy that Hex or BKB or whatever it may be once he loses the Aegis, but for now he's got Aegis and buyback, 3 lives on Arteezy, and this is where I think you have to lasso the Void. You're not killing Arteezy 3 times, you want to lasso Void before he gets off a Chronosphere.
Jeez, they have defensive sleep too.
Defensive E-Blade, like there's no magic damage.
Yeah.
God. Killing him is just a nightmare.
Familiar stuns. They can even Chrono him to save him so he can pop his BKB.
Yep. Well, Void can be looking for that Chronosphere soon. It's back up now, and Tide will be respawning in 15 seconds time. So
Universe is so far in the back, though.
They've stalled long enough to actually buy time for Tide. Well, they will soon. They may lose a Rax in the process, but even losing this bottom lane is far from GG. We're so late in this game that Empire can easily handle these waves of creep. Always want to fly, making a venture out of his own base. This is some risky stuff coming in from him. Who's he going to look for here? He sees Universe. He gets the last on Universe. Immediate E-Blade coming in from Arteezy. They're not killing off Universe. Nightmare as well. Perfectly counted. There's the Chronosphere. Thanks for a resolution. Both got inside this one. Mag also walks into it. He's used one Ravage. Has a second shortly after. Buybacks galore from Team Empire. The second Ravage only going to catch out Zai. Universe BKB'd it, and resolution inside the second Chronosphere gets locked down, brought down. 4 buybacks across the board from Empire, and with that, EG say damage is done. We've won this fight for now. Zai will get caught trying to TP out by the Flame Break, and EG gonna say we'll happily lose Zai here for this one. We just got 4 buybacks out of you guys. Didn't even use an Aegis on Arteezy. Still have the cheese on Faceless Void.
2 Chronos away from winning the game.
Yes.
They just need to do the exact same thing. They'll even have Aegis on their side, and this time Empire won't have buybacks, and their economy is suffering greatly as a result.
2 minutes from now, they can go again. It's tough. Like, you look at Mag with that blink lasso. Who can he actually... You can't kill anyone in lasso. Whoever you lasso gets E-bladed. You get nightmared, and... Whoever gets E-bladed, you can't kill. Maybe if you defuse them instantly. Like, your silent has to be on top of whoever you go on and immediately defuse the Ethereal Blade.
You have to defuse them, and on top of that, Mag has to go in with a double Ravage as you're killing the Void.
Yes.
That's probably the only way that they can win a big team fight, and I think they had the right idea, but it requires a lot more execution than a simple lasso on a Batrider. You have to, lasso him, he gets E-beat, you purge it, and then after the lasso, you have to sheep him, all while his team's getting ravaged, so that you don't have any more defensive E-beats come out, you don't have the defensive sleep, and you don't have grip on to silent.
We talk about Mag, and I think that's where, if he went in with the blink ravage as that lasso went, it would have worked out okay.
Yeah.
But
he got caught by the Chrono after the lasso expired.
He needs to be getting the ravage off on the, like, Tinker, everyone else, like the Tinker, the Bane, whoever else doesn't get inside that. If he was actually in those trees, like, he could have been where the Batrider was and blinked across. And then that fight would have gone maybe amazingly well. Bottom lane, we'll see EG group up. They're going for that next push. Void's Chronosphere is coming online. Has just the one for the next 40 seconds, but by the time they get to the enemy base, that should be double Chronosphere.
Refresher coming up soon.
Empire do have the benefit of getting to reflect on that last team fight. They can say, what more do we need to do? What didn't go right that time? We won't have buybacks. We've got to be perfect. They're going to find Arteezy here at top lane with a Hex. Lane break to follow. Trying to just maybe bait some TPs to support Arteezy, but
they only have one chance left. If they lose this, they lose the game.
Yep.
So Universe has been hitting clutch Chronospheres all game, and it's on Empire to prevent him from executing.
Well, everything's online except buybacks. Tide does have his, so maybe he's going to be leading the way in the front lines. If he takes a Chronosphere that's a solo Chronosphere and can buy back, maybe okay, but they're looking for that loop-de-loop. Mag off on the side, could go for that flank. EG just happy to chip away at this Rax. They'll get a range Rax for free. Denied.
Dire's bottom barracks.
Another melee Rax may also go down. There's your lasso from the side. PPD actually the target. Chronosphere going to come in just on resolution, but if you kill off, it's more worth it. Universe in the BKB. They cannot save him. Mag blinks into Chronosphere as well. Is there a second Chronosphere? It comes too late. Mag gets all the double ravage. Catches out most of EG, but there's no follow-up damage. GG's called before the team fight's even over. Tide buys back. Clink's still alive, but it doesn't matter. There's the death from the Clinks. Brought down by the Tinker. Well played, Artour, says Vanscore. And EG solidify their spot at the top of the tables, or at least right behind Vici Gaming and Empire. The struggle continues.
That's why they first pick Faceless Void every game. Universe, he's just unstoppable on this hero.